wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked, wicked. West Ham are massive. Wicked, wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked. Yo, 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 yo.
No, we're fucking not.
You played that, I'm thinking he's taking the piss here.
Oh, mate. You wait 11 days. You know, you get all that sort of curiosity. You know, we'll sign Calvin Phillips. You know, it turns out that, you know, yeah, it's just the same shit. It's the same shit. It was just so dull. You know, Areola, man of the match again. They gifted us a point, really. I was missing sitters. I was missing sitters for fun. I mean, Areola made some wonderful saves, but they were straight down his throat. They should have easily been out of sight. I mean, we had chances as well, but fuck me, they played us off the park. It was embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. And he played for that point
all day long. He would have loved that. Like, I think we got away with that massively. Like, you say he's a lucky manager, and that just goes to show you, because
he is a lucky manager. He is. You know, I mean, with all due respect, that's Bournemouth. You know, I know they've been playing good football this year, but we were way outclassed. They were knocking the ball about and doing passages of play that we could only imagine. We just relied on a moment of brilliance from Kudus to win us a penalty. You know,
as we do all the time. It's either Kudus, Paqueta, or Bowen. That's what we rely on. And I was having this argument with one of my cousins who's a Spurs fan, and he was all like, "I don't get, like, you got to give it to Moyes." I'm like, "Mate, you've got to watch it. This ain't nothing new, really. Like, we've not been playing great. It's moments of brilliance from other people that save him." So
and people saying on the commentary, I think it was McManaman saying, "Oh, you know, this ain't like West Ham. You know, they haven't even got going." What do you mean it ain't like West Ham? We play this way. We've played this way all fucking year. We've just managed to grind out a few results. That's all we've done. But the football's been the fucking same all year long. It's shit. Rubbish.
Yeah, but that's when you know that these commentators and that don't watch West Ham. They can't do, because otherwise they wouldn't be saying stuff like that, because it's nothing new. I looked at it, and our shot goal conversion rate is top of
high. It's high.
Yeah, but that's because we don't take many shots. We're clinical when we do, but we don't create enough.
I know, but that was literally, you know, this is Bournemouth that we were playing. Now they've got a very good. Again, the difference is the coach. Look at the way they knock the ball about, you know, and people go, "Oh yeah, well they knock the ball about, but how many, you know, shots did they have?" You know, well, with all due respect, it's very difficult for these teams, because what you get is when we play against a Brighton, or you play against a Bournemouth, or you play against a team that do that, they say, "Oh, well, you know, they have all the ball, but they don't do much." Of course, they don't do much, because we're fucking camped in our own box. We're sat there like built a fucking wall. So it ain't easy for these teams to get through you, even though they were getting through us quite easily in the start. I mean, I really don't want to. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. You know, I like having a dig at David Moyes. I do like having a dig at David Moyes. And there's a bit of an open goal with Calvin Phillips, but I feel sorry for the bloke. I feel sorry for him. He's exactly what I thought he was going to be. He is a top class player. There's no doubt about it. But he basically, it just smacked. It smacked of a player that ain't played for 2 years. He looked way off the pace. Way off the pace. He was like a ghost in midfield. I mean, obviously he doesn't know his team yet, so there's that as well. But the mistake that he made, mate, you know, all the Moyes in crowd, you know, whenever Mavropanos makes a mistake, if Mavropanos had made that mistake, they'd have been fucking all over him. But they won't be all over Phillips. But nor should they, because look, Phillips. It was awful. It was an awful way for him to start his career. I felt fucking horrible. He's got that massive price tag hanging over his head. It ain't his fault. You know, it's not his fault. He's played for Bielsa's Leeds, fucking Bielsa, and Pep Guardiola's Man City, and then he's come to play this primitive fucking cave ball gimp shit, which is what we play now. And honestly, it's just there's no options. A couple of times he went to sort of carry the ball forward, and he turned around. They do. They go sideways and backwards because there's fuck all in front, you know? And we was doing the same thing again. You could see it because they played Souček in the 10. So the game plan was sit deep, launch the ball. The first thing we done was a long ball. Launch the ball long to Souček, get him to nod it on. Fuck me. How it's caveman football. It is caveman football. I can't stand it. It's never going to change. We're going to grind out a few results. We ain't finishing in the tops. Do we look like a top? Because if we're a top 6 team, then the Premier League shit. Honestly,
exactly.
If we are a top 6 team, then the Premier League is dog shit. If we play the whole season playing like that and finish 6th, and I'm sorry, that is a damning indictment on the Premier League, because we are a shit football team with great individuals. We are shit. Bournemouth have got far inferior players to us. They have. If we had Solanke, he'd look like Swanky. He would. He'd be rubbish. He wouldn't look any good. I just made that up on the spot. But he actually would, wouldn't he?
I liked it.
Yeah, but no, he actually would. All these players, these players that look good and they flourish in these teams that attack on mess and, fucking plonk them in our team, see how they look.
Well, I'll say the same thing. It's how we're sixth, I'll never know. Because like I said, we don't play great. Man of the match again. Spoiler alert, Areola yet again. It's so draining. It's absolutely draining. Starting off with that midfield as well.
Yeah, and Amanda's spotted out fucking Zimmer Zuma. Oh my god, he went on a run upfield. I was like, stop it, mate, stop, just stop. It's like honestly, I'm unathletic now, and I think I'd look more athletic than him running up the field at the moment. He looks fucked. His knees are gone, mate. He was one end of the pitch and his legs were at the other end. He left them behind. His legs are finished. He really is, and I'm not blaming him today, even though, look, he didn't really put Calvin Phillips. It weren't the best pass to Calvin Phillips, but look, a sharp player would read that. A player like Calvin Phillips should have awareness. He should know who's around him. He should know what's going on. He should have already scanned before that ball came into him. But he was slow. The bloke closed him down, and it was fucking, like I said to you, if someone else made that mistake, if that was Aguero or Mavropanos or anyone else that Tim Staunton signed, then they would have they'd be all over him. They would be.
Oh, you wouldn't see him play another game if that would happen under Moyes, if someone else.
Not a chance. Not a chance. It probably would have been hooked off, Mick.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the Zuma pass was bad. There's no getting away from it. But it wasn't terrible. Like, it wasn't so bad that Phillips could have dealt with it and should have dealt with it. Yeah. But this is where it comes back to that. Someone else just said it in here. It's ring rust. No one likes ring rust. But
it is ring rust. But this is 500 grand a week. And what's it going to take him? Is it going to take him 4 months to get up to speed again by the time the fucking loan's finished?
But to think anything else from that, it was ridiculous, Nick, because he's not. But I think he started a game. His last start for City was May last year. That was his last start, I think they said. So he's rusty. So Moyes' argument about when he signs players sometimes, I go, they're not ready for the Premier League yet. They need to get used to it. Well, that should have implied with Phillips. I know he's played in the Premier League.
I'll tell you what. He would, because he must have looked rusty in training, because he is rusty. He's off the pace. He looks like he doesn't know his teammates because he don't. But he's had to put him in there. He's had to do it. But you know what? That is a worst possible start for him, and I do hope he turns it around. But look, I think Gary mentioned it before. Phillips was a world beater for a top coach in a very average Leeds team. He then went to Man City, never to be seen again. I know he's played well. I know he's done a few bits and pieces for Gareth Southgate's England, but that's playing for England alongside Deck. Do you know what I mean? I think I'd look half decent against Deck alongside Deck. Oh, here we go.
Pew, 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 pew.
Cheers, Drano. Thanks, mate.
Mate.
But yeah. So that's the fact. He looked like an absolute world beater in a Bielsa team, a completely different coach, a team who play on the front foot. Now he's having to play with his back against the wall. Do you know what he is, Phillips? He's like a progressive CDM. He likes to fucking get on the ball and play forward passes and do this. And he don't just hoof the ball into space. He picks passes out. Well, good luck picking someone out. There's no one there. So do you know what I mean? And it's fucking, it's maddening. So he ain't shit, but I had a feeling when we signed him that he wasn't the right type of player. I'm excited by the name. I'm excited by the fact that we needed another CDM. And I think he will get better, but he ain't no fucking world beater, this player. Not in our system, the way that we're playing. He's not. We looked shit. And midfield, in the first half, they was running through us at will. They was running through us.
So bad. Like, so bad. And I mean, you say technically, but it was 4 CDMs if you want to be like that. Moyes has played all them players as CDMs. And for our midfield to look like non-existent is shocking to me. It's shocking.
Yeah.
Like you said, they just run through us. I can't believe. Like you said, it's just so draining. It's so draining. When I was watching it, I was sort of laughing to myself and thinking this is comical. But then you go past that. You go past that laughing stage, and it's depressing.
I just couldn't believe how poor he was. I mean, we literally relied on, again, we've said it time and time again, moments of brilliance from players, so that we give Kudus the ball, get the ball to Kudus somehow. Give it to Abusi, and he give it to Kudus. He jinks in and out a few other players, and fuck me, he wins us a penalty. We were shit, and then from that point on, the crowd erupted because we think, oh, hang on a minute. We're probably going to get going now. Oh, no. Because you know why? Because David Moyes knows when he's coming up against a team where anyone that plays football, he shits himself against. And again, we've seen it again. West Ham, minus Paqueta, we are a one-man fucking team. But do you know what we could have done today, Mick? Do you know what we could have done?
Go on.
We could have not used Kudus as a fucking winger. We could have played Cornet. You could have pulled Kudus into the middle because Kudus is Paqueta. They are almost the same player. For their countries and for the teams that they've played for before, they play in the middle of the team. Now you get them on the ball. You want them on the ball, and they will create. They'll beat players. We should have had Kudus in the middle of that park. With that lineup, I'd have had Kudus in the fucking middle behind the striker. I would have. Because you get him on the ball, because then you've got a chance of progressing it up the pitch, making something happen. Souček, what the fuck? He didn't even really have a terrible game. I mean, he got his head on a couple of crosses, but mate, there's got to be more to supporting. There's got to be more to watching this. There's got to be more to watching this team than that. When you look at, I keep saying it, the players that we've got. And we're playing this shit football. And it ain't no different. People will say, oh, it's a bad day at the office. It's a bad day at the office because we didn't smash and grab a win. We play that way every time. We do. On another day, we would have nicked a goal right at the end, Mick, and everyone would have been saying Moyes masterclass.
Well, as you said earlier on, like the style of play and everything, he's just fucking dross. It's caveman, that's it, isn't it? Caveman, talk you say. And with that, like you said, and when you said earlier on, it's individual brilliance that gets us out of the stick. It's like these players, they do what they want to do because they can't play in this.
Well, they have to. But they have to. When you think about it, when you play in that system, nothing's happening. So the only chance you've got, if you're a player with the ability of Paqueta or Kudus, is to just make something happen.
Yeah, and I think we saw that today. We saw that.
You've got to just make something happen because we ain't going to win as a team. We're not going to win playing fucking sharp passing, passages of play, overlapping, underlapping, all that shit. They was mesmerising us at one point with some of that, especially after we scored. They had a couple of lovely moves. And in the first half, I think that was better. But I said to Ben, they're going to rue their missed chances because they had some big chances. And I did say when we was watching it, I said, I can see us nicking one here. I said, because that often happens when you miss they miss sitters. I know Areola had a great game, but fucking hell. Oh yeah, no Kudus today, 100%.
Yeah,
he hasn't got a clue. David Moyes has not got a clue. He can't coach a football team tactically. He can set him up. He can set him up, and he can tell him how to defend. And that's about it in terms of attacking play. It's very basic, and then he just relies on the brilliance of people. We don't win as a team. Do you know what I mean? It's always individual. It's individualistic because we've got great forward players.
Yeah, that's what he relies on because he has to rely on them because, as you said, he's got no. We've seen the style over and over again. Centre back, long ball over the top. Let's try that guy, and they're just all going everywhere today. It was just shit.
But what can you talk about? We've just watched 90 minutes of football. 90 minutes. What made me laugh on TNT Sports Discovery, they say if you go in the app, you can go back and you can click on things to look at the highlights. What fucking highlights? There ain't no highlights. There ain't none. I've just watched 90 minutes and nothing's happened. Nothing's happened at all.
You can go on the timeline, and if you missed anything from the game, I'm thinking, well, I fucking missed the whole game. What's going on here?
The most entertaining thing was how shit that ref was. He was useless. He was a rubbish ref.
Useless. He was bad. He was bad.
But no, it was just awful again. Did someone say that Man United are drawing 3-0, are they?
Yeah, they just scored. Hold on, 4-3 now.
4-3. Fucking hell, what's going on now?
Sounds like a fucking good game, doesn't it? Wish I watched that there.
It does. But look, I mean, we've got to run this for a little while because it is transfer deadline day. So it's up to you. We can run this through to 11 if you want. Shall we run it through to 11 and we can do things like the player ratings? I don't know what we're going to talk about because there's nothing to talk about. If that had been on a normal game, I would have done a 5-minute review, pre-record, uploaded it, fucked it off. But you just come here, I don't know what to say. And when people say, you get people that criticise the channel and they go, oh, you're repeating yourself, you know, it's the football's repeating itself, the same shit. But I've got the same gripes after every game. It's driving me mad. What do you want me to do? Make shit up? I don't know. I thought Johnson had a decent game today. Johnson looked all right. I thought Johnson looked all right.
That's where we disagree because I didn't. I thought he was terrible, to be fair to you. I did. I didn't even think he was half good. I thought he looked all
right. I thought Johnson looked all right. It was better, for me, I thought he looked better than Emerson on the other side.
Yeah, but Emerson, this ain't like he's desperately missing Paqueta. Emerson, he needs that interaction because he's falling off the last couple of games. But Johnson, no, for me, when I was remembering back what he was like at right back, and I never really rated him, and I looked at him again tonight, and no, I didn't rate Johnson.
But let's see how smug David Moyes is in his fucking press conference now, because I didn't pick up on all this shit, right? I didn't. But I don't know whether you've all seen the Claret and Hugh presser. And I've said this before, and this makes me nervous, all right? Because I've always said with West Ham, you can tell when somebody's up against it or they're about to let someone go or that person's about to leave. West Ham start throwing mud at people. And David Moyes came out in his press conferences. The article's there on Claret and Hugh. And it was in a press conference and some comments in an article that he wrote in the Evening Standard as well. Quite critical, quite arrogant towards Tim starting as well. This fills me with dread. This fills me with dread. It does, because he either smells blood or he's got the ump. One of the two. He either smells blood or he's got a raving ump about something. I don't know what it is, but I am a little bit concerned. Now, can you imagine? I mean, the one shining light this season, I know people are going to go, you're moaning, we're 6th place. We ain't fucking finishing 6th. I don't care what people say. There is no, like I said to you, if we finish 6th, then this league is shit. I'm telling you, shit. Properly shit.
I was looking at this game today thinking, well, there's a chance Bournemouth could overtake us by the end of the season.
You know, they're a better team, Mick. They're a better team.
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, well, I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth overtake us, you know.
But yeah, no, I just read. But I read that article, and I don't like Hugh Southend typically, but I do know from conversations that I've had with people that Hugh does not like Moyes. He don't like him. So you will find lots of Moyes negativity with Hugh Southend. I don't know why he doesn't like him. I haven't got a clue, but he really don't. And I thought that was a decent article that he wrote. He kind of did strip him down. He picked out what he said, and he beat him up. And I think he deserves it because the arrogant fuck. He comes out in his press conferences and talks about, you knew what he was going to say. Well, you know, we got out and we got Calvin Phillips because we needed someone. A big name. We needed someone with a pedigree. We needed someone to prove to the other players that we can get. Fuck off! To prove to the other players that we can go and get a big name. I'm sorry, this guy is so one-dimensional. You know, it's like you've played for Man City, you must be good. We've got to go for Calvin Phillips, and you're an international. Honestly, mate. And what is it he said? He referenced the Jesse Lingard loan. You know, we brought in Jesse Lingard, and he was a revelation. Look, you know, so we've done the same again. Hopefully, we can have the same effect with this one. You know, mate, this is a guy that I know Lingard hadn't played much, but he played more than him. And this guy ain't really played for 2 years, Mick. It's been almost 2 years.
I know. That's what I was saying to you.
It looked like it.
100%. And this is what annoyed me when Moyes sees like a new signings like Kudus, say, for example, because he's fresh in their memory. When he first come in, he needs to get up to speed with the Premier League. So what was the difference with Phillips not getting up to speed with the Premier League? Because he's been in a Premier League team for training. Totally different.
I'll tell you why, Mick. Because he's managed to fucking beg and plead and force Sullivan to fork out 5 million for 8 million for 4 months of Calvin Phillips. That's why.
100%.
500 grand a week that's cost him. I mean, that's one fucking... What did Gary call it? He called it A KP token, didn't he? A KP coin worth 500 grand. That's one gone. We've got 8 of them. I wonder what we're going to get out of them. But yeah, look, it is unfair to sort of dig out the player. I will say that because he is actually a player I like. I don't think he's suited to Moyes' ball. I mean, I didn't know because I've never. I didn't know, but I just had my concerns because one, he ain't played for a few years, and two, he's only ever played for progressive managers, from what I can see. You know, international's different. It's different to club football. And like I say, when he plays at international, he's got world-class players all around him. He's playing next to Declan Rice. It's different. It's completely different.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's different, and I also agree with you. I'm not judging him on tonight's game. It wouldn't be fair for that because he's a good player. And I am interested to see once Paqueta's back, then we'll see what is the starting lineup then. Because for me, I still don't see him dropping Souček. I don't.
But what amazes me, I mean, obviously, look, it looks like Pablo Fornals has gone and Benny's gone. I know Pablo was there tonight, but he weren't on the bench. You know, that's all done. He's probably going to say his goodbyes and fly off. You know, he's a respectful man, Pablo.
Well, that's why I thought he was there with his West Ham jacket, and I thought he was going to say goodbye to the crowd.
Yeah, but that was all booing at the end, so it weren't the best time, was it? But
no.
But yeah, again, we got booed off at home. When are people going to realise? And again, you'll get pundits, you'll get the TalkSport pundits come out and criticise these West Ham fans. What do these fans want? They're 6. What do they want?
What do you want?
What do you want, guys? Yeah, Rio Ferdinand looking into the fucking camera.
Yeah, what do you want? Fuck off. I want you to fuck off, you mug.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, look, we'll do the I haven't got a Calvin Phillips. I'm going to need a prop for Calvin Phillips. I'm going to give Calvin. Oh no, I can't do Paqueta because I'm going to donk him up. Little spoiler. Who should? I'd say we'll put Pablo Fornals on there. Pablo Fornals can be. Oh no, I can't do that to Pabs. Who shall I use? Who don't I like? Hang on, 1 minute. I've got to use a prop for Calvin Phillips. Everyone.
What you got? No, it can't be subbed. And other people agree with me. Most people thought Johnson did all right. Maybe I'm being hard on him.
I thought he did all right, mate. Honestly,
yeah, maybe I'm being hard on him, but I didn't think me personally, I didn't think he was great or good. I thought he was bad, to be fair. But yeah, fair enough. Put Moyes in for Phillips.
Yeah. I'm doing one now. Hang on. I'm just making a circle up and I'm calling it 500k a week.
Yeah, Johnson was okay. Some of them, Johnson was shit. There is a couple that think the same as me, but most, in general, there's a lot of people that just don't like Johnson. No, I don't mind Johnson. I just thought that he was. I just weren't. I weren't impressed with him as right back. I wasn't, especially after the last game he played when he come in midfield. He was fucking brilliant. So you'd rather Johnson than Soufal. I can understand that. But at the same time, I don't think there was much difference in between them. I don't think. I think that they both just lob passes, just bang the ball out, not to no one specifically.
What did you think of David? What did you think of David Moyes? What did you think of David? I don't know. I can't. Yeah, maybe turn yours down a bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't hear. But what do you think of David Moyes' time wasting at home 1-1? You know, with 4 minutes going injury time, when Bournemouth are pushing for the winner, he takes off Kudus and brings Cornet on just to waste time.
I thought it was technical masterclass.
It's a time wasting sub when you're at home.
I thought it was a tactical masterclass. To be fair,
I thought Ings looked all right when he came on. To be fair, I didn't think he was too bad. You know, won us a foul. Well, he won us a foul. That's about all he done with it.
Mickey, you don't need a mic. I know people tell me I've got a loud voice all the fucking time.
I think I've got such low fucking standards now. I just go, yeah, he was all right, and they're just not. You know, just got David Moyes standards now. I've been fucking moist.
One's been moist.
Okay, right, let's get.
Yeah, your brother thought Johnson did all right.
I thought he did. I actually did think he done all right. So I will give Calvin Phillips his own icon. I promise. And look, I'm sure he won't watch this, but I will explain before we do this because he obviously Well, we have been told that staff and players do watch this show as well, which has actually made me feel quite guilty, to be quite honest.
No, but you can't. You can't be no different, though, can you? That's what they watched it for in the first place. So you can't be no different.
No. Right. So let's get this up at the moment. Gary, if you're at home, can you give us updates on the transfer window, please, and let us know what players we're bringing in, and everyone else in the chat. No, don't fucking wind me up though, and tell me we're signing players that we own.
Why have you told them that? They probably didn't have that in their head. They're gonna fucking do that now, aren't they? They're gonna say we've signed Aries. Oh no, that's you again. I thought that was Gary coming on.
What's that?
500k a week.
Right, now look, we're going to say this. For anyone that's watching this, this is a very fair system. We don't stick a donkey on you. Well, we do on David Moyes because I don't like him and no one else does. David Moyes operates on the 6-game rule, which is Sullivan's rule. So he's basically got to get above 6 games in a row for that donkey to come off. He's done it twice this year, taking it off, and he's gone back to being double shit. So that donkey stand on there is better looking anyway. Sullivan is just a wanker, so he can keep that on his head. But how the scoring system works for the players is if you get a 0 to 4 rating, you're an automatic donkey. All right? That is the way it works. 5 is below average, 6 is average, 7 is above average, 8 is very good, 9 excellent, 10 perfect, as you can see. But just so you know, we're not picking on people. We do, we are fair with it, I think.
Yeah, but like Amanda said, it's never coming off.
No. Right, okay. Areola. Right, I'll take him. He's getting a fucking 10. He's getting a 10.
Woo!
He just kept us in the game. They should have had 4 goals, I think, in the first half. You know, he made some absolutely wonderful saves. He's getting a 10 for me. He was fucking brilliant. I'll give him a 9. I won't go mad. I'll give him a 9. I'll take it down. But he was brilliant. He's a clear man of the match, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep, again.
Mickey, Emerson,
another quiet game. He's been off it for the last few games. But like I said, I think he's really missing that link-up play with Paqueta. He shines a lot when Paqueta's there. Gives him a lot of freedom. So for me, it was a below-average game, a 5. I did see him make a couple of runs. He wasn't a donkey in my eyes, but again, I think I'll give him a 5 again.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I don't think he was a donkey.
No.
Okay, 5. I'll take Johnson because I'll be fair.
Yeah.
I think Johnson had a good game. I think he did. I think I'm not going to give anyone an amazing rating in this because it was a shit team performance. But I think for what he had to work with, I think he was fine. I don't think he had a bad game. I'm going to give him a 6. It was an average game. I don't think he'd have had to have done a lot more to have earned more than a 6, to be honest. Right, you can take no knees.
You know when you got players like you don't like this, like talking bad about 4-0s. For some reason, I don't like talking bad about Zuma because
I feel the same. But
I think he tries so hard. He's just legs.
I'll tell you what. We're going to give Zuma a handicap, right? Because he is a handicap. 1 minute. A handicap of +1, right? So there's his handicap. So whatever you mark him, we're going to mark him 1 more from now on. All right.
Right.
So,
I do. It looked to me like Zuma was asked to play a little bit different. I know he was playing on the left side of the centre back, but he was. Do you see how many times he went forward with the ball up to the halfway line? So many times in that game.
I wish he didn't.
Yeah. So do I. Oh, so 100%. So do I. But
it should be Mavropanos driving that ball out. He's got pace.
I couldn't agree with you more. But he was asked to do it. Like he was asked to do the Aguero role. So I would have said a 5 below average.
Aguero?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's me tooth, isn't it? I got a toothache. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, good. He's asked to take his thing. So I'll give him a below average 5. But you give him a +1 for it. I'll just give him a 5.
No, give him his score. But the donkey will be related. He's got a handicap. So if he gets a 4, it ain't a 5. So we'll save him the donkey.
All right. So say a 4. The +1 is the 5. So there you go.
Okay. That is fine. So Mavropanos, I thought was the better of the centre backs. I thought he was. I thought he made some really, really good challenges, some really good interceptions. He was good in the air as well. I mean, Zuma was good in the air as well. And I love Zuma. I think we all do. He's if he didn't have those issues that he's got physically, he'd be one of the best centre backs in the league. I'm convinced.
I believe so.
I don't think he'd be at West Ham, put it that way. But Mavropanos, I think he was the better of the two, in my opinion. So I'm going to give him a 6. I don't think he was terrible. I don't think he was terrible at all. Okay. Oh, go on. You take Donut.
Oh, fuck. Amazingly, he was shit, but amazingly, I still thought he was better than Phillips, dare I say. I think he was better than Phillips.
I think we was more solid when he was deeper because Phillips was nowhere today.
Yeah, so, I mean, I still think I think he was still better than that. But for me, he was still a donkey. I've got to go a 4 with him.
He was shit.
Absolute he was shit. I thought. He was shit. So I'll go for. I'll try and be a bit kinder because I'm always dogging on Souček. I can't help it. It's not that I don't like him as a person. He just offers nothing apart from the odd goal here and now. Yeah,
he's shit. Okay. I'm going to take Calvin Phillips over here. Absolute worst possible start to his West Ham career. It really, really was. It was just terrible. He clearly weren't ready to be played. He weren't ready. I said, Moyes would have seen that in training as well. But he's had to get him out there. Moyes is probably fucking gone, oh shit, when he's had a look at him in training. But he's got to play him because of how much we're paying him. He was awful. So I've got to donk him up as well. So his first game, and like I said, Calvin, it ain't personal, mate. I've donked Paqueta as well. If you are watching, a couple of times.
I think to be fair to that, if Phillips was to watch this, I think if Phillips was to watch this, I think Phillips would go, yeah, all right, fair play. It was a terrible debut. You can't get away from it. It
was awful. I felt so sorry for him. His face, he looked like he'd fucking seen a ghost for the rest of that half. He looked awful. Do you know what I mean?
He did.
He did.
But welcome to West Ham, Phillips, because now you know you made it when you get a donkey.
Get used to it, mate. You're in the fucking trenches now, son. Every week, you can have your back to the wall, playing deep, no options in front of you. Just fucking block, like a cock, block. Right, Alvarez, Mickey, probably the best of the lot.
Kudus.
No, Alvarez.
Oh, sorry.
Alvarez, I said the best of the midfielders.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah. Alvarez was the best out. He was up and down. To be fair to Alvarez, he done a couple of good sliding tackles. One right on the left hand side, covering for Emerson. Done a great one then. A couple of times he looked off it. I think it was an average game. Don't think it was above average. Definitely weren't below average.
No,
so I think he was bang in the middle. So I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, that's fine. He was definitely the best by far.
Yeah,
I would hate to think what would have happened if he weren't there today. Put it that way.
Yeah, imagine thinking about him dropping him for Souček. Wow.
Yeah. That can never. I think if he did have that in his head, that will have gone out of his head after today's performance. Fucking hell. I'm going to give Wall Prowse. I thought he was in the first half. I said to you, Mickey, was he playing?
Yeah, I know.
I physically couldn't see him. I was like, is he playing? Where is he? But his set pieces were shit today. They were rubbish. His corners were terrible. But he scored the penalty and he did put a couple of good balls in. So I'm not going to donk him up because he scored the goal and he did put a couple of good crosses in. But his first half was, I'll tell you what, that was his worst performance, I think, in the first half. He was nowhere. He definitely had a left winger. So yeah, he had a left winger. I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, that seems to be the average score in the chat as well.
Not going to donk him up.
5.
Right, Mickey, Bowen.
I thought he was terrible tonight. Well, not terrible. That sounds bad.
Mate, he ain't a fucking striker.
No, he ain't a striker. But I thought he was terrible. Sound too harsh, really. But he didn't do nothing.
No.
Of note. To be fair to you, I thought he looked well off it, off the pace. Most people were saying 5s. I think I'd have to go for 5 because it was a below average. He tried.
He works his arse. He works his arse off all the time. But yeah, I mean, look, what you have to bear in mind is, he doesn't actually. He's as good as Bowen is. All right, there's levels. You've got Paqueta, and I think Kudus is on the same fucking level. These are players that can literally win games on their own. I don't think Bowen is that player. You know, Bowen is clinical, but he's a wide player. I think Bowen's an amazing player, but I think Bowen's class. I do actually think that Kudus and Paqueta are potentially world class.
So do I.
I mean, like I said to you, in a game like today, you'd come away from it because you'd have moments in the game, and it'd be nothing to do with how David Moyes has coached his team to play. But the ball will fall to Paqueta. He'll pick it up. He'll spin. He'll turn around. He'll see a fucking ball that he shouldn't even be able to see. He'll execute it on Bowen's foot. Bowen finishes. Kudus could do the same. He's an equally gifted player, I think. He's got slightly different attributes. I think Kudus is a better ball carrier. He's a better ball carrier. I think maybe Paqueta's got more vision. Kudus is, although Kudus can play a pass, you know. He can, but yeah, Bowen. I think I agree with that. With him. Right, Kudus. He was our best outfield player. Anything that looked like it was going to happen, it was through him. They was doubling up on him in the first half. They had 2 men on him. He kind of got away from them. He was drifting inside. He went out to the left, and I'm sure he was just going to get the ball in the end. I don't think this was anything to do with David Moyes. He was just trying to go to get hold of the game because nothing else was happening. And he did a couple of times. He did affect the situation. And funny enough, it was out on the right-hand side where he got the ball, jinked inside and won a penalty. And it was a Stonewall penalty, and that ref was an absolute prat, Harry didn't see that first off. I don't know why he had to keep on looking at it. It was so obvious. He watched about 15 replays.
It's like as you said, he should have been given without VAR interfering because that was a fucking Stonewall penalty. He mugged him off.
I know. So yeah, I think for him, I'm going to give him a 7. Obviously, we expect far more from Kudus because he's a world class player. But what do you want him to work with? You know,
I know some people on here, yeah, like I've seen it, not loads, but some of them are giving him a 5. I can't understand that.
Nah,
I thought Kudus was like the one driving it. Without him, we would have been fucked.
He was our only shining light. You know, our only shining. Well, the 2 players. You know, the 2 Tim Steiten players was the only shining light, just to rib the Moyes in crowd in the chat.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got Danny Ings. Go on, give him a score. You can't really go too mad on him, can you?
Of course you can't.
He's got great hair now. I've got to say that hair transplant's worked a treat. I
know. I'm thinking of going to Turkey next year. To be fair to you, to have some of that myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nick. Pew, 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 pew.
It didn't work. No fireworks, man. Here we go.
Pew, 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 pew. It's the highlight of the night just doing that. Ings, to be fair to you, it was the same what we've seen so many times. There's no service to him. There's no service to Danny Ings.
Ings proved in that last game that he is not a shit player, but this is a shit system. We just made Calvin Phillips look shit. Like I said to you, there's so many players, good players that look good for other teams that you could drop in this team. And another one, Solanke. I said it earlier on. I'm going to keep saying it because it's a good one. I made it up on the spot. He would be Solanke if you put him in our team. He would be. We're just.
I'll get you. I'll fully get you. See, with Ings, I don't think he should have been dropped either. It's like it was probably his best game he had for us, his last game.
Yeah.
And that he should have been brought up for more confidence. I think that they should have left him on. And he played.
The thing is, imagine if you'd have played him in the 10, then we would have had to have played different. We would have had to have not played fucking long ball. Would have had to have played football. Danny Ings can do that. He can link up play. He proved he can play the 10. We would have played in a different style. But because we had Souček there and the game plan was basically back to the Sam Allardyce days of knocking the ball up to Andy Carroll and hoping someone runs off of him. That's exactly what it is. It's long ball. Well,
that's what I look, agree with this. He should have come on for Souček. I think he should have started over Souček.
Yeah.
That's where we should have been. It was so wrong playing him CDM, 4 CDMs. It was just a shit lineup. So Ings, I'm going to give him a below average. I'm not going to donkey him up. I know a lot of people say 3s and 4s, but I'm not going to. It's
Nah.
just.
He weren't on the pitch long enough. It weren't his fault. He was shit today, I don't think.
No, it weren't his fault. And like I said, he should have been given a starting role today because of the game that he had, and it just ups his confidence. And that I think that Moyes has done bad there with him. Again, management shit.
Go on, score 5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Cornet's are non-applicable because he was literally on the pitch for no
2
time
minutes.
at all. Yeah. Pablo Fornell's a special one.
10.
Let's all coo and love over Pablo Fornells because I'm sorry, I know a lot of people. Well, no, not a lot of people. There's a few people that don't like him, and fuck you if you're one of them. I'm only joking. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, but I love Pablo Fornells. I love him. I think he epitomises what it is to be West Ham. You know, he is the the Spanish Cockney. He really embraced West Ham. He did, and his career should have been far better. It should have been far better. He's one of those players that suffered as a result of this shit, crap, ancient football that we play. He suffered. If you put him in a footballing team for now, he's gonna look good. He's gonna look good. So I am gonna give Pablo Fornells I'm gonna give him a 10. I'm going to give Pablo Fornells a 10 because I fucking love him.
Thank you for your service, Pablo.
And thank you very much. You've given us some great memories. We love you to death. I hope you have a great couple of years playing under Pellegrini for Betis. So yeah, at least the club have done the right thing and they've let him go. As we've done that, should we do Benny as well? Be nice, people. Come on.
Listen, I've always been a Benny fan. Yes, he frustrated me, but I've been a Benny supporter. So again, thank you for your service, Benny, and thank you for scoring a goal in the final.
You can do Benny, right? I'll get Benny up there now. Hang on. There you go. We'll put Benny over here.
Thanks for being you. Thanks, Doddsy.
Right, go on then. So you've got Ben Rama, Mickey.
Yeah. So, but do you know what? Yeah, as much as I like him, I'm going to give him a 9. I can't give him a 10. No, listen. I can't give him a 10.
He ain't been a 10. He ain't been a 10 since he's been here.
He hasn't been a 10. So I've got to give him a 9 because he can't have a Fornells 10. But thanks, Benny, and thanks for scoring the goal in the final. They helped us win the cup. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, people, I know Benny is absolutely frustrating and frustrates the life out of us. But do you know what? I do believe that if you look at the clips of when he before he came to us, he should have been far better than how he turned out. I do think that Moyes basically crushed him. I do. I don't think he's a world beater. I don't think he's Messi. But I think another team would have seen far more from Ben Rama than we did. Many players are just not suited to this system. They're just not. They're just not. It's as simple as that. Like I said to you, you need to be a Paqueta to really flourish as a flair player. You need to be fucking world class to flourish as a flair player. He ain't world class. He's a good player. Yeah, probably if you put Ben Rama in that Bournemouth team, he'd have looked all right. He'd look fine.
Yeah.
He'd look fine. But yeah, it is what it is. Pablo Fornell's out. I love you. And Ben Rama, again, thanks for the memories. Off your pop. Right. David Sullivan continues to be a wanker. I think he's saying it sarcastically. Let's blame Moyes, but that ain't sarcastically. It's a fact. No,
let's blame Moyes.
It is a fact. Yeah, it is.
Let's blame Moyes.
And they're all coming out and they're going, what's David Moyes going to do? Tim Stein ain't gone out and bought the players. Well, Tim Stein was working under the premise where he had to sell to buy. Those were the guidelines. And the players that he had to try and sell were the players that David Moyes has basically fucking crushed to the point they're worthless. We've sold Fornells, 28-year-old Fornells for 7 million. For 7 million we've sold him for. That is, honestly, is fucking ridiculous. So that's what he's had to work with. He's had to basically try and clean up David Moyes' shit. That's what he's had to do. So yeah, I don't blame him. What's this? Jota? Not all. Sully is a fool. Right. Okay. I've got to do it, haven't I? I've got to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
He wants to double pew. Thank you very much, Drano.
Time, mate.
But yeah, Sullivan, you're a 1, and you're fucking shit. Honestly,
you're a 1
shit chairman. No leadership at all. I do believe that he's part of the reason why we haven't got anyone in as well. Because you know something. The way that we've acted in a transfer window where all the business happens towards the end, it never changes. You can have a different manager, you can have a fucking director of football and a team of scouts in, still fuck all really happens until it's right towards the end. there's one common denominator, and it's him, that little fucking gimp.
Do you know what we were saying? Yeah, like always in the chat when you like say stuff on the WhatsApp group and that, and I always say it's so depressing. And the reason why is when we got started, and we thought that we was gonna. Well, I did. Sorry, I can't speak for everyone, but I thought that we was gonna stop being a circus and a joke of a club when it comes to transfers, like getting them last days and all like from 2 normal agents that Sullivan uses and all that. I thought we were going to stop all that. Well,
it will never stop. Because
no, but what I'm saying is,
I'm sure there's other reasons why he uses them agents as well.
Yeah, of course, but so do I. But in the summer, it looked like like we got excited because he was doing that. He let Moyes have this Will Price, and then he went on his jet and got these players, and it was lovely to see. But now it just looks like we've reverted back to that circus joke of a club in transfers, and it's so depressing. It's just it ain't fun. It just ain't fun.
It ain't fun. And do you know something? I said it before the window, right? We'll get on to Moyes in a minute. I said it before the window, and it looks like it's turned out that way. It does. It looks like we're all going to get our wish, as far as I'm concerned. So in that sense, it's great. It looks like the way that we're acting in this window, we've got a player in on a 4-month loan who's probably going to leave in a taxi with David Moyes at the end of the season. That's what it looks like, because that's all David Moyes has been handed. And we've basically completely cleared the decks of, or we're trying to, of players that David Moyes has basically alienated and got a problem with, and we're trying to get money in. We're stockpiling money for the summer. But do you know something? I'm all for getting David Moyes out, but I'm not all for burning a Premier League season. This is a season where we had opportunities. You know, so many teams in this division have fallen off this year. They really, really have. It's a fucking opportunity. You don't know what it's going to be like next year. You could have 8, 9, 10 teams that are absolutely flying, and we might not even get a sniff no matter who comes in, no matter what recruitment that we make. This is an opportunity. I think you've got to be able to make the best of your opportunities in football. So if that is the plan, and that's what it does actually look like. So I said this before the window. I don't think we're going to sign anyone, and I can see more players going out. And the reason being is because David Moyes, they're just going to basically run it down. The next manager comes in, there's going to be a massive rebuild. And it's a dream because it's a blank canvas. I've said all this before. But it doesn't sit right with me now. It doesn't, because for one, I don't think David Moyes should have been backed. I don't think he should have been backed. But we're seeing at the moment the limitations of this guy's management. It's a fucking waste having all of these players run by that guy. You know, they're going to run him until the end of the season. And I'm sure they're actually hoping that he's going to fail, and he probably will, because we're going to get a couple of injuries. We are going to fall down the league. We won't do well in the Europa with him, and then they're going to feel justified in the media and wherever else, or more justified, to let him go, because that's what David Sullivan cares about. But that is weak shit, piss leadership. To burn a season where we've got an opportunity to do more is not in any way acceptable. So if that's what they're doing, and I feel like it is, I feel like they've almost proved it, because I'm not even checking the updates. I don't think we're going to sign anyone. It's just fucking rubbish.
Well, I think it's rubbish. Let me just clarify this, Kimbo. When you said when was the last time you gave Pablo a 10 hypocrites, it's for his service as a player all his West Ham career. He won't just... we do him fairly.
You leave Pablo alone, Kimbo.
Yeah, I believe we do it fairly. What's that? Oh, we are.
Oh,
Feeling deflated after that dog shit performance, boys. Need a pew. Pew, 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 pew. There you go, Mark.
Do you know what the funny thing is? I've written there's like an even split of people that like the pew-pews and fucking hate them as well.
No, to be fair to you,
I reckon there's people that are smashing their TV up every time they do it.
All right, now you're up. Do a poll then. Who likes pew-pews, who don't like pew-pews? Because I reckon... I reckon the majority love them.
Shall I do a pew-pew poll, everyone?
Should he do a pew-pew poll?
I'm going to do a pew-pew poll. Right, let's have a look.
Yeah. And I promise you, if you don't like them, I'll stop doing them.
No, you won't.
Sorry, boss. Sorry, boss, man.
You can't do that. You can't do that. It's even better if you annoy people. Hang on. Right, hang on. 1 minute. Let's get into it quickly. Talk about David Moyes, Mick. Anyway, you can have him while I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm just going to bring up that one by Amers Mikey. Breaking news. We have just signed 2 trapeze artists, a juggler on stilts, an elephant riding a unicycle, and a monkey playing a triangle. The circus is back in town, and Krusty and Coco in charge. Couldn't agree with you more there, Amers Mikey. It's just we've got a few no pews. John, hello, John.
Yeah.
Hey, I knew he'd come in for this. Yeah, the pews are dire.
Right, pews. Right, I've got pew, stay or go. There we go. That's the poll.
John, you can only vote once.
There we go.
Oh, hello, new member.
There's an even split. Welcome, Chris. Well done, mate. Thanks for
Well
coming
done,
over.
Chris. Pew, 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 pew. You see what you would miss out
mate, I'm telling you, this is like the most responses we've had to a poll, and it's there's I will say at the moment there's more that like it than don't like it, but there's a lot that don't like it and all. Hang on,
fuck you.
I'll leave it running.
People saying to me, Mike, Dan, Mike, I really, honestly, people, is this Mike really lad?
But yeah, so Mickey, what talk about David Moyes anyway.
Thanks. I think it was awful. How can you play that many midfielders? I think it was totally wrong. The setup. Yet again, it's nothing new that though, is it really? We say this all the time. His setup and that was shocking. The sub in the 93rd, 4th minute, terrible. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've got to give him a 2.
So, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna. Right, where are you? A 2.
I agree with that. So many midfielders, yet no midfield. That's what I was saying to you on the chat, wasn't it? When I said that we've got all the midfielders, but they just run through. Actually, I might have said it here earlier, man.
But no, look, it's very. Oh fuck me, I can't get rid of that now. There we go. All right, okay. But yeah, so look, let's see what's happening in the world of West Ham anyway. Let's see if we've got any updates. Oh fuck.
I don't think we have because no one's put it in the chat that we've got any updates.
I mean, we've got 10 minutes until the cut-off period, basically.
Yeah, well, it's done then, isn't it? We ain't getting no one. We just let players go, and we just won't replace them.
I know this is so fucking depressing, man. But like I said to you, I do think that is quite clear what's happening now, people. I do think that David Moyes is quite clearly going to go at the end of the season. Of course he is, because if you was going to plan to do a big rebuild in the summer and invest loads of money in it, you would do that now if you had that manager in place, because this is as good an opportunity as we're going to get to push on. You'd get some players in now. So clearly they're not backing him. They've given him a player on with the same length of contract as him. Like I said, they'll be leaving in the same cab. So yeah, that is good, but that just means that why? If you ain't going to back him, why can't they just fuck him off? Why can't we try and make the most of this season?
I have no idea. We've all agreed with that. He should have been gone after the final, to be fair to you. But he wasn't. This is where we are now. I'm still surprised. I mean, I know we signed Phillips, but I'm still surprised that we haven't signed anyone else. It's like we never learned our lesson. Look at last time. Do you know what I mean? Like when we should have got that Alvarez when he went onto that CEO podcast. We could have got that Alvarez. But we could have got players, Nick. We was in Europe like we are now. I don't understand. We should be progressing on. I don't know if they've just looked at it and thought, well, other teams ain't buying anyone. Maybe we'll be all right this season. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the mindset behind it.
Right, there's one tweet saying that's horrible. Actually, there's pictures of a very unhappy looking Pablo Fornals on the phone after the game with suggestions that his move may have possibly collapsed. He don't look that unhappy. Sean's talking bollocks. That's from Sean Whetstone. He don't even look unhappy there. He's a waffler, isn't he? But I'll tell you what, there is a tweet here. This is why I shouldn't fucking go on Twitter. I thought the booing was OTT again. Still picking up points with key players missing. Still going strong on the whole. But that was a tough watch. Not good at all. So I'm not going to say how it is. But I'm sure you can probably, people on Twitter will know that is. Key players missing. That's the reason for that performance, Mickey. Key players missing.
Who is it? I've got one player.
Paqueta and Aguirre. Key players. That would have transformed our performance. It would have.
Would you say Aguirre's a key player? Oh, see, genuine question.
No, he's a calamity, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's Paqueta, definitely. But then you could say that with, we could have, I don't know, like basically it was kind of a full strength squad, but without Paqueta, it just goes to show how big Paqueta is for us, massive. And when he goes, because he will go, and when he goes, we'll be fucked.
David Moyes, I'm just going through Twitter now. So I've not seen the post match presser, but apparently David Moyes was asked whether about Said Benrahma and Pablo Fornals, and he said he wasn't aware. He said, "I'm not aware they've left."
Shut up.
It's what he said. It's what he said. I mean, does he? If fucking what's his name? Benrahma's been pictured in a Leon training kit, hasn't he? he's been over there, hasn't he? He's gone. He's gone.
Is he? I thought he phoned in sick. He had a dodgy stomach. Fucking hell.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know he's gone.
That's shocking. That is fucking shocking.
I reckon Moyes would have seen Phillips on that pitch today and gone, "Oh fuck." I do. I do think that he will have thought that. Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's certainly no way that. I mean, look, he could pick up because there are factors to Phillips's performance, right? You've got to bear in mind he hasn't played for 2 years, right? He hasn't played for 2 years. He's had quite a lot of injuries. We don't really know how that's affected him. We know that Pep's criticised him for being overweight, which is one of the reasons why he weren't playing him. So maybe he's not training that hard. I don't know. And the other one was no, that's it. He ain't played for 2 years. Well, and he's played for different teams. I know he doesn't know his teammates yet. He also doesn't know his teammates, so they're unfamiliar. He doesn't know their movement. He doesn't know the system. So there's a lot of factors as to why Phillips might have looked out of sorts today. But there were silly things. You know, like when he was on the ball, Mick. Yeah, he was getting caught on the ball. He looked slow.
I know.
He just looks slow.
But we see that for the past.
You know.
But we see that for the past. And like I said to you, Pip was right. It was a bad pass, but it wasn't unmanageable pass. He should have and still could have got that. But that's where he's rusty because he wasn't quick. Do you know what I mean? He was so slow. Then about 2 minutes after he'd done that, he tried to do a turn on the ball and he done like pinball with his own legs. It was just and nearly fell over the ball. It was quite funny and a bit sad really at the same time.
Yeah, but like I say, you got people on here, you know, Moyes defenders that are saying, you know, it was disappointing to let Fornals go. So they're obviously sort of blaming other people other than David Moyes for the fact that. But because they're obviously blaming other people for the reason that Fornals has gone. But the fact of the matter is, the reason that Fornals became so disenchanted with West Ham was 100% David Moyes. You know, that's the reason. You know, and there's been so many players that he's churned for. It's like a fucking It's like a revolving door. It's a revolving door of players. You know, it's so frustrating. But look, what we got? We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
He's not getting nothing done. We would have heard something by now.
We're not going to get anything done. But what do you reckon is going to happen against Man United? I mean, how did that finish then tonight?
4-3 to Man U.
They did win 4-3.
Yeah, they won 4-3. I don't know. I see they went 2-0 up. So even that to concede against Wolves, that was pretty bad. I kind of think. So I was reading a comment there. Shouldn't have done really.
Sam David said Phillips picked the easy pass 9 times out of 10. But do you know something? I criticise James Ward-Prowse for doing the same thing. When you sit deep, I've said this before. When you sit deep in this system and you win the ball back, there's nowhere to go. And that's why it's so important to have a ball carrier in central midfield, because that's the only way you can progress the ball up the field. Unless you've got a target man up there that you can hoof the ball to, that can win it and hold it up, all you can do is go sideways and backwards, because all of your attacking options, Kudus and Bowen, they're back defending. So you win the ball and you get it, but there isn't really anything that you can do with it. So that's why it was so important. That's why what Deck used to do, he used to drive the ball up and people used to criticise him for it. But you're dragging the team up the pitch. You have to. It's why it looks so good when we had Emerson and Johnson cutting inside from the wings in the last few games, because it gives us that. It gives you that kind of driving force through the middle, because we're so deep. We're set so deep. So you win that ball back. I mean, I think we've been an amazing counter-attacking team this year because of the quality of players that we've got. I think our style of counter-attack is shit. I think it's rubbish. I think that these players have been an absolute. It's been miraculous the amount of goals and assists that Kudus, Bowen, and Paqueta have got between them. When you consider the amount of chances that they get, their conversion rate is obscene. It's obscene. So they've basically been making something out of nothing in games. You know, counter-attacking teams are normally, what happens is, you know, the ball breaks down and they've normally got players up the field and bang, they're gone. Straight on the front foot. You lose the ball, it's like shit. And they're gone. When the keeper gets the ball, you know, they release it quickly. Our keeper doesn't. They wait. They bounce the ball. They wait for everyone to settle. They wait for the opposition to defence to reform before we try and go again. So even our method of counter-attack is shit, as far as I'm concerned. It is. I don't really know what our identity is, other than just relying on a bit of occasional brilliance from people. I don't know what it is. I ain't got a clue. No identity at all.
He's gone. He's gone now.
What's that?
Just a few fucking trolls who've got nothing better to do, you know, like the Moisiners.
Oh, what are they doing?
I'm trying to fucking ban them.
Well, what are they saying? Do you want me to do it?
No. I've done them.
Let me put this one up. What's this one? Oh no, he's gone. He's gone.
No, I've deleted him.
Oh, who's that? Geo Betty man.
Yeah, I deleted that one.
Yeah. You can fuck off, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I deleted Kimmo as well. Like I've seen a couple of his comments, and he's on one tonight. So we ain't having that. Yeah,
Kimbo's
we ain't having that. Nah, he ain't. He was being a prick. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
He was being a prick.
Did he ever go at your pews, Mick?
He had a go at you as well. He was saying about me and you used to like the show and all this stuff. So
that's all right. Well, fuck off then. What are you watching it for? To be
honest,
it's optional. You ain't got to be here. If you don't like it, fuck off.
That's what we're saying. That's it, mate.
Right. So basically, your pews, Mick. I'm going to end the poll. There are 284 votes. Only 52% have said stay. 48% have said go. Half the people don't like them. That is as divisive as you can get. That was. Yeah,
I was expecting better. I'm absolutely gutted.
You're a little bit gutted now, aren't you?
To be fair to you, he took a life of his own. I don't really care.
But no, look, it's But no, look. At the end of the day, not everyone likes everything. I think enough people like it, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. But like I said, it is one of them things. It's one of them things that's going to irritate people as much as some people like it.
Well, some people say, Mickey, I like you being on the channel, but the fucking pew does get in. I can understand it.
But yeah, so look, it's 11 o'clock. We ain't signed no one. We ain't got anything in. Nothing's happened. So we're basically, by the looks of it, we've come into this window where we was obviously thin coming into the window. We could see that, you know, we had a lot of injuries, but we could see the vulnerabilities in our squad. We haven't strengthened. You know, we let Kara go, who was a useful squad player. I don't care what anyone says. We've let Fornells go, who was a useful player, or should have been more useful. We've let Benny go. It looks like we've kept Cornet. We've let Coventry go. We've sent who's the kid out on loan to West Brom? Mickey. Who's the
yes. I always say Kudus as well, but what's his name? Kuda.
No. You had fucking
Marshall.
Callum Marshall. So Callum Marshall's gone out on West Brom, so he's another one that we could probably have used in those areas, in those wide areas, because if we start getting a few injuries, where are they coming from? These fucking things?
I can't get on there. So
we're getting spammed.
Yeah, because all the boys they've got nothing on. They've got all the boys.
Do you know what makes me laugh? Right, you get all these people that go out there, because I've blocked so many of these in the past. It takes them about 10 minutes to set these accounts up. It takes me a second to delete them. That's what I don't get. I don't get the energy of why they do it. You sad little fuckers.
I don't. It's like, the difference is it is sad though. Like it is proper sad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's not even like I honestly don't know.
It don't wind me up anymore. All I don't like is the fact that it ruins a chat for everyone else when you get all that shit in there.
And that's all he's done. But I think that's after what they want as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like ruin the chat and have experience for other people. But yeah, you get it. It's just I don't know. I think he's sad. Like genuinely, they'll be sitting there laughing, going, "I think she's sad," but genuinely, I think You ain't got to be fucking. You got to be a div, ain't you? To we doing this.
They are. Little
You're
bit
absolute fucking div.
A little bit thick. But yeah, so like I said, and we've come out of this window thinner than what we went in, which is a miracle, really. You know, we've got rid of our corner side. We've got rid of our all of our left-sided players. You know, I know when Paqueta's fit, he plays out there, and I suppose we've got Cornet who can fill in. But you know, Benny and Fornals were the immediate left-sided backups, and we've got no one in there now. We've got Calvin Phillips, who will be a good addition throughout the season, no matter how expensive he is. He will give us more. I'm sure he will get better. You know, he will acclimatise. He will improve. So we've got to hope so anyway. But yeah, well, if he doesn't improve, then he ain't going to get in that Euros team, is he? He ain't going to get in the international team.
Yeah,
Few lives matter.
Yeah, he will.
No, I said if he doesn't improve, he won't. If he doesn't improve,
He will.
If he plays like that, he won't. He looked terrible.
Well, who's he gonna pick? He weren't even playing and he was still getting picked.
Yeah, this is true. Maybe that's why he was getting picked. But look, anyway.
Yeah, maybe that's why Phillips was worried about moving clubs, because he thought, oh shit, I'm gonna get sussed out here.
Yeah, I know. But look, anyway, very good show. Shit game as always. Let's face it. We go away to Man United. Mickey, what are your thoughts on the weekend? What do you reckon is going to happen away at Man United?
I'm hoping for a lot more entertaining than that, because it has been a good show, but it's been hard work. I ain't gonna lie. It has been hard work to get going.
This is one of them where I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to come on and talk about that game. Just didn't want
I know. I get it. But
you know.
Yeah. So Man United. I think that could be another draw. I was saying draw last time, so I'll go for 2-2.
2-2. I reckon they're going to get. I reckon we're going to get.
I like that one actually. I like that one. No, I like it. It's good. We keep that up there. That's going to be my new name on the channel, I think.
Geo Ballbag.
Pink Gay Boy with a high voice.
Block them anyway, because it blocks them for next time. These fuckers.
Yeah, I know. I will. It's just they're dedicated. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Spammers. We haven't had them for a long time, but they've obviously.
No, you're having it tonight because obviously we would play shit.
It doesn't take long to clean them out. It don't, clean out the rubbish. And we will do that. What I'll do is for the next show, people, Hammers Mikey, a few of the others. I'll just pick a few of you out. I'm going to give you spanners. You can delete these for us as well. So obviously, don't do it just because you're having a disagreement with a regular. But if there's someone that's just come in from the outside, someone new that's just coming in blatantly to piss everyone off, just fucking chat shit, fuck them off, get them out, get out my pub,
get out my club.
Yeah, I think we're going to get beat at Man United to close it off. So I do think we're going to get beat. After watching that, we're shit. I'm sorry. I was looking forward to that game today. I just can't. We will win some games because we've got some great players, but we are a shit team. That stems from the manager.
I'm expecting I forgot my wording there, but I expect something else from the Man United game, a reaction. I'm expecting a reaction after tonight's game because we can't have that.
No. In fact, I'm going to do it now before I forget. Hang on 1 minute. While the chat's still open, because I will forget. So I'm just going to cherry pick some. So Hammers
Mikey's always here, isn't he?
Yeah. Hammers. How do I do it? I forgot how I do it now.
Sam David, you fancy it?
Add as a moderator.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hammers Mikey. There you go. You're a moderator. Who else we got? I'm just going to pick a few people. I mean, you ain't got to do anything. You ain't got to do anything. But if you got the ability to do so, you can just fuck people off. Because sometimes when we're mid-show, we kind of lose it. Here, Drano wants a spanner. You can have a spanner.
Oh, go on in, Drano.
Here we go.
Go on, Sam David. Count me in, boys.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there we go. Shit. Hang on. But like I say, don't just do it when you're having a row with someone, one of the regulars. Don't do that. It's for when other people come. For when other people come in.
It's when the spammers come in and start having a go at us.
Yeah, or if someone's being a complete, or you can see someone's being a complete prick and time them out. You know, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what to look for anyway, lads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we've got a few in there. That'd do. Oh look, Craven wants one. You're a lunatic, Craven. Behave yourself, right? Yeah, I'm gonna give you one as well. Fucking hell. Go on, Craven's got a spanner. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, so Craven's got a spanner as well. There we go. So yeah, I think I haven't I? Yeah, I have. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's that anyway. So look, let's close this one down. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Very, 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 very dull. Is what it is.
It was like it was. Chat again. Not apologies because we still have a laugh doing it, and that is just what was there really to talk about. You watched it as well as we did, and there weren't much to say.
I'm just going to play this for the little weebles that are still probably watching us. So here we go, just to play us out.
A difficult 2 games, a Thursday, Sunday away from home at Tottenham and Fulham. So if you give me 3 points before the 2 games, I think I'd have taken 3 points off you.